Sup flappers, 'tis the season of joy, and joy is what I have brought. Rejoice, for it's another erotic walrus production wrapped in the shell of a cardboard box. Today we will be diving face first into Ganyu and Albedo. There is a week left from the time of uploading this video for patch 1.2 to drop, and man, am I excited because that's going to be a week closer to our queen's arrival. Whether you have bit the bullet and pulled for ZHONGLI or steeled your resolve for further waifu collection, in this video we will peer into the future. So sharpen your tusks and get ready for a chilling ride of walrus analysis. We will look at these characters as they have been shown in the patch 1.2 reveal. You may be thinking now, how can we know anything just from looking at skills and not the numbers? Well, that's where you are wrong. There is so much to talk about, and it actually starts right here. So like and subscribe so we can get into the video. Starting with our boy Albedo, which according to the live stream seems to be coming first, but you know, nothing is confirmed, so it's all speculation. Now take out your little salt shakers from your drawers and just sprinkle some over your shoulders so we can continue. Currently, Albedo can assume many roles to round out the Geo compositions. He could be like ZHONGLI and the Geo MC and play around constructs and alter the battle to his favor. He could fulfill a hybrid role where good scaling on his physical attacks will allow him to be the main DPS on a Geo-centric team, or the third option where Albedo could be designed around physical damage with Geo support element to amplify his role as a main DPS. Although we do not have specific numbers, we can however make assumptions as to how he will work depending on how his numbers will be. So let's start with those three assumptions I just mentioned. It would be great if Albedo could fulfill the role of a physical damage main DPS hybrid, kinda like how Keqing could be built for physical or electro, and give good flexibility for team building. Currently, with the release of ZHONGLI, the Geo team is lacking a solid physical damage main DPS. Ningguang already is a great Geo main DPS, and there will be conflicts if Albedo is also built to be a Geo main DPS. So what about a hybrid, right? This is a more likely scenario, as in this position Albedo will still be potent in the main DPS position but will truly shine in combination with other Geo characters such as Ningguang or ZHONGLI, so a support DPS position will suit him well. As Geo characters do not have damage amplifying reaction synergies, using each other as batteries for burst spamming has turned out to be the most effective way to use them. For a hybrid character, Albedo could assume the physical main DPS position or a support DPS position, but will fall short of elemental support since ZHONGLI already outshines him in that role. Finally, and I really hope this will not be the scenario, is that Albedo will be yet another Geo-centric character with weak physical scaling. This will mean that he will fail to compete in the main DPS position against Ningguang and be slotted into the same fate as ZHONGLI, destined to provide crystallize and burst spam. If this were to be the case, the only position Albedo could fill is a support DPS to a solo carry such as Razor or Diluc and play around Geo construct with ZHONGLI elemental support. There could be a scenario where Albedo can be in a 3 Geo team with Ningguang main DPS, Albedo support DPS, BENNETT healer, and ZHONGLI elemental support for some crazy Geo spams, but how practical is that team going to be? I don't know. So I really hope Albedo turns out to either be a physical Geo hybrid or a more physical focused carry with Geo utility. Now onwards to everyone's favorite goat, the Coco goat, for Ganyu. She seems to be a Cryo CC support DPS. Although with her skills, she could also fill the position of an elemental support. The key here is that she can taunt enemies even when not on the field. Same for her burst skill. When a character is able to provide utility and damage while not being on the field, my first thought is to maximize her CC and add more damage to a specific damage window. Since Ganyu is a Cryo unit, we can expect huge melt synergy with Pyro main DPS, and there are discussions for Ganyu to be your main DPS as well. However, I feel that would be wasting her potential to set up great synergies, unless you plan to build Pyro reaction supports to synergize with her as the main DPS, but as I have continuously repeated myself, the standard for a main DPS is how consistent their damage output is through normal attacks. It could be characters like Ningguang or Klee who are imbued with elemental normal attacks, but it still wouldn't change the fact that when your elemental skill and burst skills are on cooldown, how consistent can your damage output still be? I will not go into skill details as nothing is finalized. So for Ganyu to function as a main DPS, the basic attacks would have to have great scaling or gimmicks to allow consistent damage output. Being a boat user, it is definitely going to be difficult to have her perform in the main DPS role due to consistency issues to auto-targeting. What I think Ganyu's role will be is to apply cryo effects and be the centerpiece to freeze teams or CC melt burst teams, and most importantly, double cryo shattering teams. It's no secret that there is a cryo main DPS carry that is coming in the future, so with the reveal of the new cryo artifacts, a team like Ayaka, Mona, BENNETT, and Ganyu is adding up to be a solid team composition. If Ganyu were to be designed to be a main DPS, where would Ayaka fall into? Support DPS? Elemental support? Right, that would be the next biggest tragedy next to Big Dongjong. I mean, have you seen her attack animations? Now, the big joke would be if Ayaka was a healer with that attack animation. So, in summary, I think Ganyu will either be a support DPS or an elemental support. And people, that is it for this video. It was great fun seeing these characters during the 1.2 patch update, and I feel they will be important characters for powerful teams, but in the end, who you go for is going to be about how you want to build your teams. Are you a diehard Geogang servant, or are you a simp for our queen Ayaka? These two new 5 stars are great pieces into building powerful teams, but just standing alone, they are not going to be as impactful as someone like Diluc or Keqing. But of course, that's just my 2 cents. Even though your boy has a 100% track record so far, don't let that get you down. You want main DPS Ganyu? Go for it. I'm sure there will be ways to clear the game, building them for other roles. People have fun with them if you are going for them, as 5 stars in this game isn't cheap. Now, if you have not subscribed, I do urge you to do so, as I upload videos daily and my goal is to share my Genshin passion with others alike. Join my Discord if you want to chat more about Genshin, as we're always lively there. So with that, I will be taking my leave, so do check out other videos on my channel until we meet again tomorrow. So until then, stay safe and peace.